Hi crafty friends, this is April with Penny Lane Crafts and Designs, and today I'm going to show you how I took this 99-cent clay pot and transformed it into something high-end looking. So I took this blue paint here by Apple Barrel, Tuscan Teal, and I took a sponge that I got from Dollar Tree and just went around. And there it is. I got it at Hobby Lobby in the floral section for 99 cents. So I just dabbed that teal paint all the way around. And then I took that tag off, or that sticker, and I'm going to just dab the bottom. So I did that all the way around the pot. And next I'm going to take Nutmeg Brown by Apple Barrel and do the same thing. Just dab that paint on all the way around. Make sure you get the top rim. And that's what it looks like so far. Love those colors. And I forgot to do the bottom. I go back here in a minute and do it. Now I'm going to take the color Sage by Folk Art. And again, I'm going to do the same process. And dab around. And I made a mistake there and dipped it in my, dipped it in my last paint. So I'm just going to dry that up and go over it, and it turns out fine. So now that I blended both those colors on that one sponge, I needed a new one. So I'm going to go over it. And then give that a good dry. And next, I'm going to come in with this lighter paint. And I will show you the bottle here in a minute. I forgot to hold it up before I started. And the color is something sand. I can't remember the first. I will here in a minute. So, and now this, with this last color, I'm kind of smearing, and it gives the pot a little bit of texture. And that's the only color that you kind of smear and blend in. And there it is. It is Bleached Sand by Americana Deco Art. And I'm going to give that a good dry. And now I'm going to turn the pot over and do the bottom. So again, that Nutmeg Brown. And then I'm going to come in with the Sage and then the Bleached Sand. And if you don't have this color Sage, you can do, I almost went with the color Moss by Waverly, but I chose this Sage instead. And I'm just going to give that a good dry. And so we're going to go from that to what I've already done on part of the pot before I started. So I'm going to take my dark sealing wax by Kills and some Waverly clear wax. And I'm just going to mix those two together. Pour a little bit in there and mix it up. And I have a brush that I designate just for this. So I keep it in a bag to keep it from drying out. And now this is where the magic begins, I guess. Just start blending this all around. I just go in a circular motion and then take a paper towel and wipe it off. And you can see how the colors are so pretty. And you can put as much wax on there as many times to get it a little bit darker, however you like it. If you like one coat and wipe it off just to give it a little bit of stain and age look, that is more than fine. I think it's pretty with just the coat, one coat. So I just keep putting on the wax and blending until I get it the way I like it. And there are some spots that are just a little too light for me that I just want to distress and age a little bit more. So again, this step is personal preference. And I just love how it just transforms a 99-cent clay pot into something I think looks high-end. So cute that you would sure pay a lot more 99 cents for if you bought it somewhere in a boutique or something. Such a pretty, just gives it a pretty color and pretty finish. Of course, a little bit more, I'm not done. Eventually I get it to where I like it. And then just go around the rim, same thing, and then wipe it off. And I keep my wax, so I'm not going to get rid of that wax there, and I'm just going to keep it in a Ziploc bag and close it up so I can use it again. Clean up my mess so I don't stick my hands in it. And it can be a little messy. You can wear gloves on that step if you want to. Now I found these Real Touch roses at Target for $1 each. And I'm going to dirty these up a little bit. I wanted this craft to look a little primitive and a little rustic. And this would be adorable with tulips. I got these in that Target dollar section back in February around Valentine's Day. And tulips for spring would be so pretty. So now I'm going to take some of this floral foam, and that one that I'm opening right there is not my favorite. I think it's hard to get the stems to stick in, especially ones that aren't as stiff and wired. And then I'm going to take this floral foam and put it on top. And now that's my floral foam of choice. And so I'm going to just trim them a little bit, make them a little shorter. And I just think these roses are so cute. And get them where I like them. You could do a pot of flowers that are all the same color. Mix them up like I did here. And then I'm going to take my Spanish moss. And I'm just going to put some hot glue around so that Spanish moss sticks. And I'm just going to fill that pot there and have some of it stick out on the sides. And with this, you will need your little silicone tool to help hold down because it does burn your fingers if you try to push that Spanish moss down in there. And I'm going to give it a good trim. And then I'm going to take this piece of fabric, I don't know if it's muslin or Ossenberg, and I'm going to stamp the word bloom. And these are old Stampin' Up! Stamps that I found on eBay. So if you go on eBay and look for retired Stampin' Up! Stamps, you can find all kinds. And now I'm just going to, I'm going to cut that. It was a little too wide. And then I'm going to fray it, pull out some of those threads in there. And you could even take a gator sander and sand the edges and really make it look old and rough. You could distress the tag to make it look old and rough. I did not, surprisingly, actually. And there it is. It says bloom, and I didn't get where I glued it on camera, but I just took my Fabri-Tac and put a little bit on the back and put it on the pot. You could even put it on burlap if you want to. So there it is, all finished. I just think it turned out so cute, and I just love it. Again, tulips for spring would be so pretty. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you give it a try. I hope it inspired you. So if you like what you see, please like, follow, and share Penny Lane Crafts and Designs. Thanks, friends.